Ladies, you're in for a treat with this one because boy, were there all kinds of issues, but I got it done. I created this fun shaker card and I did the inside in the envelope. Hold on to your hats. Watch the whole video before you do this so you don't make all the mistakes I told you about in this video. Come on over and I'll show you how to do it. I have this idea. I played with it and I liked it, so I'm gonna make a card for it. Our theme for our hop this month is, I can't think, Easter. So with that in mind, I'm gonna be using some of the baker's twine, the white baker's twine. I've got 5 ink pads I'm using. Pear Pizzazz, Saffron, Wisteria Wonder, Pool Party, and pink Pirouette. And I'm going to put these in the order that I'm going to use them and set them aside. I have sponges for all those colors. My card base is Pear Pizzazz and it's 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. I'm going to use our layering ovals. I've got the largest scallop and it's like 2 sizes down. It nests inside. I want a border, so I've got that. And I've got some fun foam I'm going to cut it out of, and I'm also going to cut it out of Wisteria Wonder cardstock. I have the oval, the only way I can describe it is this way, the oval that when you put it down, you hardly see any of the scallop. That will be cut out of this when we're finished with it. I've got a some Post-it notes, 4 of them here. My envelope, and I've got the wrong ones. I'm gonna find my pad here and get 4 new ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, you need 4. And I've got a piece of Whisper White that's 4 by 5 1/4 for the inside, and my envelope. First thing I want to do is I want to cut out my fun foam. Now I use fun foam because I'm making a shaker card, and I find that the fun foam is better than anything I've used. The reason being is it takes and nothing sticks to it. If you use dimensionals or anything to go around it, it'll stick. You'll also need a piece of acetate window sheet that I have to pull. So I'm going to cut this and you'll see why in a minute. So let me cut this and I'll be back. I've cut out my shape that I needed. The reason I cut this out and then I came back is running it through your machine has a tendency to flatten it a little bit, but if you leave it sit while you're working on the rest of your card, it will take and come back up. So now I'm going to save this and we'll do the other later. I want to get my scrap of white back in here. And what I'm going to take and do is with this, I'm going to take, nope, this one isn't the one. This is it. I want to use this one. It says B on it, but it's just about the size of the Post-it note. There's just a little bit there. I'm going to take this over to the Big Shot and I'm going to cut this out and I'm going to center it side to side and get as much of that top edge as I can. Okay, when you cut it out, you get your oval, you get your bottom and your top. You do not need your top. You want to save your bottom because you will be using it. All right, now what we're going to take and do is, and I work from the bottom up. So I'm going to take my, oh, that's the piece that goes inside. I don't want that one, I want the smaller one. What did I do with the smaller one? Oh, here it is, it's off to this side. Okay, what you want to do is you want to set your oval and stick it down. All right, then you're going to take your Wisteria Wonder and your sponge and you're going to push the color down I always start here so that you don't get those lines down here. Once you get it down there, then you can start to blend it some. But if you want a nice smooth blend, start off or start on this. Okay, there we go. Now we've got that. Now what I'm going to take and do is I'm going to take one of these pieces, that's the bottom, and ask me how I know you had to do this. My first one was a mess. And I'm going to use, I have some repositionable dado that I've had, and I love it. I'm going to put this down here, and I'm going to use, I don't know if you can see it or not, the edge of the framelit, when I cut it out, left an indentation, and I've put that edge where the coloring is. So I'm going to put that there. All right, I'm flipping it back. I'm using a new piece. Ask me how I know you had to use a new piece, because, oh, the mess I had. All right, I'm done with my Wisteria Wonder, so I'm going to move it out of the way. I'm going to take another oval, and I'm leaving a fairly large space, and I'm sticking it down. Now using my Saffron, and here's where you have to be careful because that's not stuck down. So what I usually do is I do this edge, and then I flip it around and go this way with it to get the bottom. And I just make sure that the middle is blended. Okay, take that off, and now I need another base, piece of the base, put some dado on it, and again, use your line from where you made the, where the indentation is, and line it up with the line of your coloring. I'm going to flip it back around, and I'm going to repeat this process all the way through. So rather than me talk to you about it each time, I'm going to take and I'm going to not say anything and speed this up, or we'll be here all day. Okay, I'm going to take these off. If you're going to do more than one card of these, then make sure you take and save your pieces, because you can use the same color over and over. And perfect. I'm going to cut this out, and then we'll do the last piece and you'll see why. So let me go cut this out, and we'll come back and finish it up. I need my last one here, like so. And I'm going to use Pool Party for this, but I'm going to grab a piece of scrap paper that I have where I was practicing earlier to do it, because I don't want it on my mat. And I'm going to do the last piece with Pool Party, and with this one just start off and come in. There we go. Isn't that an adorable Easter egg? Don't forget, save your pieces. All right, so we've got our Easter egg. Now, we need to put our shaker card together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this out of here, and I'm going to cut a window sheet out of the bigger one, this one, No, it's not going to be big enough. I'm going to cut, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to cut this out, and then I'm going to use my window sheet, and I'll cut around it after I've done it. So let me cut this first. What I want to take and do is I want to attach this and this together. But before I can do that, I have to have my window sheet. So let me get my window sheet and cut it out. Okay, for those of you that don't know, I am packing up to put my house on the market to move. And I packed up my window sheets and I can't find them. So guess what?